All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about two of the most make-believe phony cats in all of boxing who got caught out there, but yet miraculously get delivered by facts that seem a little hard to believe. And who am I talking about? The wonderful pairing of Turki Alashiek and Bill Haney. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, I'm going to have some fun talking about two of my least favorite people in the sport of boxing because they are two of the most they are what I refer to as attention hoes, drama kings, and really, I don't think doing much good for the sport of boxing, and that is the financier, Turki Alashiek, and the boxing manager and the ubiquitous personality, Bill Haney. Now, or should I say omnipresent personality, Bill Haney. Omnipresent and bunch of BS going on in the sport. Specifically, we're going to talk about Turki Alashiek running out of money and Bill Haney needing bodyguards. I know this may not sound like a boxing conversation, but I promise you it's going to be a fun one. Now, before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber, thank y'all so much. And please hit the hype button on videos like this. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks. It is a great way of keeping channels going like mine. $1 is worth 100 views, $10 is worth 1,000, 20 is worth 2,000 views. So thank y'all to everybody that tip your hat in there. But let's get into this. Okay, so the news came out last week that Turki Alashiek was running out of money. Turki Alashiek and now the specific story, which came out from the New York Times and also came out from some video game publications, were stating that people on Wall Street and in the corridors of business are very concerned about the liquidity of the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. The Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia is a bunch of money which is basically used to invest in growing the name of Saudi Arabia, but also to do internal projects in Saudi Arabia, big constructions, all kind of stuff like that. Within this Public Investment Fund rests Turki Alashiek and his money that he gets to put on boxing events. So, according to the New York Times, Mohammed bin Salman has told his deputies that they have to reduce the spending in the PIF because they have so many investments that are not turning a profit and they are running low on cash, right? Now, of course, Turki Alashiek comes out like he's supposed to and says, no, that's not true. That's not true. There's going to be plenty money for boxing. Okay, plenty money for boxing. What else was he supposed to say? Is he supposed to say, yes, absolutely, we the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia are out of money? No. You have to understand, and this was put out in this news article, that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the very worth of it is related to the impression that they are wealthy. Let me repeat, the value, the social or the international capital that the Saudi Arabian government has is the image of it being immensely wealthy. So they can always spend money. They never run out of money. But like reality hits, everybody has a finite amount of resources. There is no country that has an infinite amount of resources, especially a country sitting in the middle of a desert, okay? The idea that the only reason that Saudi Arabia is extremely wealthy is because we buy their oil, but we don't have to buy their oil. We can buy oil from anywhere. So we have our own oil. So really, they're just, in my personal opinion, propped up in the Middle East to kind of be one of the pro-American Muslim countries in the area. And as a result, we buy their oil, we support them, we do all of that. However, the money is running low, the money is running out. And what happens? They magically announce that they struck gold in a region in Saudi Arabia, that they discovered 200 tons of gold. They put this announcement out right after after there's reports all over the world. It's not just about boxing. It's about all their investments, that they're running low on money. Well, if you use your brain, you realize that if you just discovered that gold, it is a long trek between discovering it and getting it mined and selling it. And let's tell you, if they take that, what are they going to do with that gold is going to be interesting as well. Maybe they can back their currency with it, which would probably be the smartest move. However, please remember that there's countries all throughout Africa that have a ton of gold that never get dug up and does not. And it's definitely not going to make up for the oil revenue or match the oil revenue that these countries are bringing out. Now, not saying that they don't have the minerals, that they don't have those things. However, if they are now out there searching for gold and digging for gold in Saudi Arabia, maybe their money really is running low. But the idea that boxing can continue to do $200 million fights, $300 million fights in the United States, man, that is just ridiculous on its face. But hey, man, whoever came up with the good old idea of announcing that after they thought that they were going broke, that they found gold, I'm sure that that'll get more suckers to continue to sign with Turki Alashiek and fall for whatever type of nonsense, political nonsense, sports washing that they're trying to pull off. I actually went to the comment sections of the videos that talked about this gold discovery, and it was like cheering. It was the most phony thing that I ever seen. It was like, yay, Saudi Arabia, we're rich forever. Way better than Elon. It was just insane propaganda. So anyway, if I was boxers, I would listen to the first report that these guys are going to be running low on money. You saw it on the Terrence Crawford Canelo Alvarez card, where all they had was Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, and they didn't have anybody else of any real name on the card at all. Which brings me to the next, since we're talking about undercards, Bill Haney has announced in an interview that he was a member of the Blak Mafia family. Bill Haney back out here trying to get his street cred, up by telling whopper stories about being a member of the Blak Mafia family. I would hate to remind you guys, it was just maybe 2 years ago that people were saying that Bill Haney was 46 years old. I was like, how in the world is Bill Haney 46 years old if he went to prison in the early 1990s? He's got to be at least 56. He's got to be at least in his early 50s. Well, if he was now, he's claiming that he was a member of BMF, the Blak Mafia family. And I do believe the guy that ran the Blak Mafia family was somewhere around my age. Can't remember what his name was. Wound up going to jail like most of them do at that level of it. But Bill out here trying to build up his street credibility again so he can sell Devin Haney to the people and sell him as a story of me coming out doing all these. Man, I don't believe anything about Bill. Bill seemed like an informant to me because if you were with Blak Mafia family, why ain't you still in jail? Anyway, man, that's just my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. I think both these guys are phony, but it's so hard to see through it because they spend so much money on propaganda. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.